Hi there, we have already set up that is required to work with .NET applications on our machine. Now it is time to create our first C# application. There is a warning before learning about this video. For the people who are learning the programming for the first time, this is going to be the toughest program they will ever see in their entire life. Although there will be only 3 to 4 lines in this program, but because you are learning it for the first time, so this is going to be the toughest one. So do not worry about it because it will happen only for the first time. Once you will practice few things, then after some time everything will be easy. Now let's open the editor and create our first program. We can create the .NET project by using two ways. First is I can use the Visual Studio interface, and by using the button and links I can create the new project. Second option is I can use the .NET CLI. CLI is command line interface. It means I can use the command line tool, and even by using that I can create our .NET project. So we will learn both of them. So first I'm using this Visual Studio. Let's learn how to create our first program by using the Visual Studio. So there are two ways. First is either you can click on this create new project on this first window, or if you're inside this Visual Studio, let's say I'm inside this one over here, then I have to click on this files, new, and choose this project. You can also use this shortcut Ctrl+Shift+N. Let's either click on this link or simply press Ctrl+Shift+N from your keyboard. You will get this similar window. On the left hand side you will see that I'm having the recent project template. If you are opening it for the first time, then chances are that this part is going to be blank. Here on the right hand side you will see there are so many types of templates. We have to choose one of them. We have already seen in one of the previous video that in .NET framework we can create different types of projects. For example, we can create console application, we can create web applications, we can create platform specific applications, etc. So here you will see we are having all those templates. For example, if I want to work with the test project, then I can create the test project as well over here. And there is one more very important point. On the left hand side of this project template you will see there are some icons. Here you will see it is using C#, and then we are having VB. It means if I'm using this particular template, then it will use C# programming language. On the other hand, if I'm using this one, then it will use the VB programming language. But here we are learning about the C# programming language, so we have to use the C# programming language. Let's learn more about these three drop downs. So in the first drop down you will see we are having all the programming languages. We are learning about C#, so here I will choose only the C#. We are having platforms. If I'm working on Android, Azure, iOS, Linux, here I can use the platform. So let's leave it all platforms. Here if I use this all project type, you will see I'm having a list of all of them. I can create a console application, I can create ASP.NET Core web application, I can also create Blazor server application, and there are so many other templates at this place. Now we can create any one of them, but the simplest one is the console application. So let's just choose this first one, that is the console app, and click on this next button. Here I have to give a name to my project, and then I have to choose this location. Here is the location. Either I can use the default location or I can also update it manually. So for example, I'm having this particular location. Here I'm just maintaining a repository for this particular entire course. So inside this third video I want to store its code. So how can I do that? Use this one and go to that particular path. How? Let's just simply copy it, paste it over here, and you will see we are inside that particular folder like this. Now here again I can create few more folders. For example, if I'm having VS, and inside this VS I want to create my first program like this. This is the solution name. So there are two different things. First is the solution, second is the project. Do not worry about them. We will learn about these things in upcoming videos. There is one more checkbox at the bottom side. Let's ignore this one as well. So what we have done, we are having this project name, we are having a location, and there is a solution name. It has been added automatically from the project name. If you will have a look on this, if you will have a look on the details of this project, you will see we are having C#, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, console. Click on the next button. Here you will see we have to choose a framework, and remember there are multiple versions of .NET Core. So here you will see we are having all of them. I have installed only two, that is 6 and 7, so I am having both of them over here in this drop down. If you have installed more than 2, for example 3.1, 5, then you will see all of them over here in this drop down. You can choose your target framework from this particular drop down. So let's say I want to work with the latest one, that is the .NET 7. So here I can choose this .NET 7. Okay. Now there is one more checkbox at the bottom side, and it is saying do not use top level statements. So this is the feature that has been added recently in the .NET projects, and because we are learning it for the first time, so let's leave this checkbox as well. After this particular project, I will create one more project, and then I will just check this particular checkbox and we will see what is the difference. Okay, so for now I'm just having it blank. Click on this create button. You will see we are getting a message that Visual Studio is creating a project. So here you will see we are having so many things in this Visual Studio. Okay, there are 3 windows. First is this one, second is this one, third is this one. So what do we have over here? First, let's start from this particular window that is on the right hand side. It is Solution Explorer. If by any chance this window is not visible to you, then you can click on this view and use this Solution Explorer. You can also use this window shortcut, that is Ctrl Alt L, and you will get this window. Okay, so what do we have over here? We are having one solution. This is the solution name. Then inside this solution we are having one project. So this is the project. Inside this particular project we are having one dependencies, and then we are having one file with the name program.cs. Let's open this program.cs file. The CS is the extension for this file, and it means C#. It means this file is going to be a C# file. So what do we have over here? We are having only one single line. It is saying console.writeLine, and inside this writeLine we are having one message. It is saying hello world. We have not done anything in this project. This is the default that we got. Now it is time to run this application, and there are again multiple ways. First is I can click on this green button. Second is I can click on this green button. Let's start from this one. You will see we are getting one more window over here. This is the console window, and on this console window we are having one message. It is saying hello world. The same message is coming from this particular line. If you will update your message over here, then the same exact message will be visible over here on this console application. Let's close it. Let's try to update this message and let's see how it will work. So for example, so what I'm having over here is I'm having only the double quotes. Now inside this double quote you can write anything. For example, here I'm writing my name. It is just save the changes by using this button. So there are 2 buttons to save the changes. This one will save the changes only from one file, and let's say you are having multiple files in your project and you have made changes in all of them, then you can use this button to save all files. As of now we are having only one file, so it doesn't matter if I'm clicking on this one or this one, both will work the same way. Let's click on this button. This time you will see I'm getting the message Nitish. Let's try to click on this button as well. Did you notice any kind of change over here? We are getting the same output window in both of them, but what is the difference? The difference is just focus on the color of this Visual Studio after clicking on this button and before getting that window. Let's click on this one. You will see that the color was updated. It means this application was in the debug mode. The debug is one of the greatest concept for the developers, and we will learn the debugging very deep in upcoming videos. But for now, just learn that if I want to debug the program, then I have to use this particular button. If I want to see the output without debugging it, then I can use this particular button. If I will click on this button, then there will not be any kind of color change in the Visual Studio and I will directly get my output. Okay, so that is all in this project. This was the first project. There is only one line. Only by writing one single line you can create your own program. So what you have to do, you have to write your name over here. Hello, my name is this, whatever your name is, you have to write your name here, and then you have to run your application. You can use this line multiple times. Let's copy this line. In the next line I will paste it again, and here let's say I'm writing Nitish Kaushik and run this application. This time you will notice I'm getting the output in two different lines. The first one is coming from the first one and the second one is coming from the second one. You can write anything over here. Let's just copy it one more time and paste it over here. So here this time I'm writing 2 plus 2 is equals to 4. Run this application again. This time you will see we are getting whatever we are writing inside this particular box. So this was our first program. Okay, now let's close it. So I can close it by using this file and this close solution. Okay, let's create one more project, and this time I will be using this create new project over here. On the left hand side you will see we are having this recent project template. Either you can use this one or you can use this one, both are same. So let's use this one and click on this next button, and this time let's not even update the name. This is the default name that we are having. This is the location, then this is the solution name. Click on this next button, and this time let's just check this checkbox. Click on this create button and let's see what is the difference. This time there is some difference. The difference is that earlier we were having only this particular line, but this time we are having so many other lines and so many blocks. So this is the namespace, this is the internal class program, and then we are having this static void main string args. So many other things are there, but finally we are having the similar line that we were having in the previous project. Let's just update this name as well. And without doing anything else, let's just run this application. The process of running the application is same. Either you can click on this button, or you can click on this button, or you can also press the F5 button from your keyboard. Or if you want to use without debugging, then you can simply use Ctrl plus F5. Let's just run this application. You will see we are getting the proper message. There is no difference in the message. I can also print this message multiple times like this. So let's say here I'm writing 2, 3. You can write anything over here. Run this application. You can see we are getting the message in 3 different lines. So what is the difference? The difference is coming from that particular checkbox from the top level statements. In this program we are not using the top level statements. We are having the entire code from this particular project, but earlier we were using the top level statements. So that is why this particular part was hidden. Although it was there in the project, but it was hidden. And the application was assuming that whatever you will write inside that program.cs file, that will be placed inside these curly braces. So ultimately we are getting this particular window. There is no difference in between them. This time we are having only these 3 lines. What is the use case of all of them? That we will learn in upcoming videos. This is the namespace, this is the class, this is something that we call the method. Okay, that's how you can create your first program. Okay, so let's close this one as well. And this time let's close this Visual Studio also from this particular place as well. So here you will see we are having both the applications. This is console F1. If you want to open this code, then you can simply click on this one and you will get the proper project like this. See, or if I click on the second one like this on this solution file, you can use this solution file to open your project in Visual Studio. Let's click on this one and see we are having the Visual Studio automatically open over here. Cool. Now let's close it. You can also open this particular project by using the VS menus. So first option is that here on this first window you will see that we are having it on the recent projects. You can simply click on this one and you can open it. Or you can also use this particular button, that is open a project or solution, and you can simply go to that particular place and use the solution file again. It will open. If you are inside the Visual Studio, then you can use this file open project, and again you can go to that particular place and you can use that solution file and it will get open. Make sure to open the project only by using the solution file. Okay. Now let's learn about the second approach. The second approach is by using the VS Code. So this time I will create one more folder over here and it is going to be VS Code. Now this time I will be using the dotnet CLI. And how to use that? First of all, I have to open this dotnet CLI at this particular place because this is the target place where I want to work. So let's click on this particular part and let's type cmd. And you will see we are having a command prompt over here and the path is this particular path. So whatever change I will make over here, those changes will be applicable only for this particular folder. You can also open it the default way, and by using the cd command you can just come to this particular directory and then again you can write the same thing. Okay, so here what I will do is I will simply write .NET new. I do not know anything about anything else. I'm simply typing .NET space new. I'm telling this .NET to create a new. What new? That we will see. Press the enter button. Let's just increase the size of this window and see what we have. We have entered the command over here, and after this command we got this particular message. Let's see what is there. So it is saying welcome to .NET 7.0. This is the SDK version and this is the .NET 7.0. Here you will see that there are some templates. In the Visual Studio we were choosing the templates manually, but over here we are having a list of all the templates that are available. So this is the first template, that is ASP.NET Core Web Application. It is Blazor Server Application. It is Class Library. This is the console application. Over there also we were using the console application. Here also we can use this console application. This is the proper name and this is the shortcut name that we can use in our command to create a console application. So what I will do, I will simply type .NET space new space console and it will create a project by using the console template. And what is the meaning of this C#, F#, VB? Which one will be used in that particular template? Just notice that this C# is having a square bracket over here. If something is having a square bracket, it means that is the default programming language for this particular project. You can create this console application by using the C#, by using the F# and by using the VB, but the default is C#. So if you will not specify any kind of language, then C# will be the default one. You can also use other programming languages over here. Now let's create our first program by using the .NET CLI. How to do that? So here I'm typing .NET space new space console. Just hit the enter button. So you will see it is saying the template console app was created successfully, and there are a couple of things over here. Processing post creation actions. After creating the files there were some actions. Restoring from this CS pros. You will see we are having something CS pros over here. Then ultimately we are having the restore succeeded. So let's see what we have over here. Here you will see we are having one folder with name obj. We are having this program.cs and we are having this vscode.cspros. Let's open everything in VS Code editor. You can open it in any kind of editor of your choice. You can even open it in Visual Studio. To open this particular folder in VS Code, there are two ways. Either you can open it manually by right clicking and open in VS Code, or you can simply type one more command, that is code space dot. Hit the enter button. The VS Code editor will be open automatically for you. Now we are having a pop-up message. It is saying, do you trust the authors of the files in this folder? Yes, I trust that. Click on this one and see what we have over here. Let's close this one, and we are having the Explorer. Just like you are having Solution Explorer in the Visual Studio, here we are having this Explorer. And in this Explorer we are having a couple of things. First we are having this program.cs. And here you can notice that we are having a similar line. It is saying console.writeline, again the hello world. Okay, let's run this application. And to run this application, again I can write my command over here. What I can do is .NET run. Hit the enter button. You can see we are getting the message hello world. We are already working on a command line. That is why there was no second command line open. We are getting the message on this particular command line. Let's close this one. VS Code has the built-in command line support. You can open that one also. So I can use this terminal window and use this new terminal. Here also you can write the command from .NET CLI. .NET space run. Hit the enter button. And you will see we are getting the message at this place, hello world. Let's just copy this line and paste it multiple times like this and update this message just for the identification. We are having 1 2 3 and run this command again. This time you will see we are getting the message 3 times. This one is from the first line, this message is from the second line, and this message is from the third line. It means we can create our program either by using the command line tool or by using the Visual Studio, but ultimately the code, the output is going to be same. There is one more file and few folders over here. So first is this CS Pros. We will learn about this particular file in upcoming videos in details. Then we are having this obj folder. It is having so many things. This is also very useful. Then we are having this build. We will also learn about all these things in upcoming videos once we will have some basic understanding of what is happening in this program. So in few upcoming videos we will only focus on this program.cs file, and we will write our code over here. Console.writeLine is not the only thing that you can write over here. There are so many things that you can do at this particular place. So if you are thinking that the programming is going to be very tough on you, then do not worry. Programming is very simple. You just have to focus on the concept. Do not try to remember the code. Just focus only on the concept, and everything is going to be very easy, super easy for you.